Welcome to the ABCs today.
Welcome to the ABCs of Home Organization, the podcast that simplifies home management, one letter and habit at a time. I'm your host, Stephanie King, your go-to gal for all things decluttering and home organizing. Thank you so much for joining me. This podcast is all about breaking down home organization into bite-sized, doable habits. Inspired by my book, ABCs of Home Organization, each episode gives you quick, actionable steps to clear the clutter, build routines that stick, and turn your space into a home that empowers you. Whether your home feels like chaos or you just want a little refresh, you're in the right place. We're here to simplify your world, elevate your mindset, and give you back your time so you can focus on what really lights you up. New episodes drop every Wednesday at 6 a.m., perfect for that morning coffee or commute. Hit play, subscribe, and let's get this transformation started. Your beautifully organized life starts now. Hey, and welcome back to the ABCs of Home Organization. I'm your host, Stephanie King, and I am so excited to have you with us today. So, quick update and housekeeping before we dive into the letter Q. So, I presented yesterday for NAPO Houston, National Association of Productivity and Professional Organizers, on chronic disorganization, and I think it went well. I received a lot of good feedback. I'm going to attempt to post it to my YouTube channel, so be on the lookout for that so people can watch it. I definitely started off so fast, so fast, a little nervous. My hand shook multiple times, but overall, I think great. A lot of good information, and it resonated with everybody, and I really enjoyed hearing back from people that either A, was some good information, B, they do that with their clients, or they've noticed certain things with their own clients, and it makes them feel like they're not alone, because this seems to be a common behavioral of our clients. And so it was amazing. It was good. And I love being around organizers. It's like, those are my people. We're all think similar. We all have similar client stories. And so it was beautiful to attend, and an honor that they asked me to speak to the group as well. And hey, I sold one of my ABC books to someone who said her children already love to organize and they're going to love it. So woohoo for that one. So exciting. Today we are going over Q, and Q is for daily quiet time. Dedicate time each day to quiet time. No screens. Choose reading, Legos, drawing, coloring, naps, or any other peaceful activity. So by show of hands, go ahead, raise them high. Who here has quiet time every day, where you don't have any screen time? And basically what I mean by this is a set time every day when you disconnect from screens and you reconnect with your internal self. So today we are going to discuss quiet time, exactly what it is, why it matters, a few ideas for how you can incorporate it and by doing what activity, how to build it into your daily rhythm, and then end with a personal anecdote of how quiet time has affected me in my life. Okay, so what exactly is quiet time? Quiet time is defined as intentional, screen-free moments for rest, creativity, and reflection. That is how we're going to view it. And I'd like to emphasize that this is not just for children. It's an activity that adults need too. We all need that bit of self-care in our routine. And this allows us to create space for our mental rest. It's going to spark imagination, encourage mindfulness, and just associate it that it's not a punishment. You're not isolating yourself or the kids. It's an essential act of self-care that benefits you and everyone around you. So why exactly should we make quiet time a priority? What does it do for me? And so it's going to reduce overstimulation from screens and that constant input. We've all been there where we're just scroll, doom scrolling, right? And next thing we know, it's been an hour later, or our brains just need the gamification that is on all the apps and the color. I love when I have an iPhone, and when you hit I think it's the right button 3 times, it turns the screen gray, and that always pulls me out of my doom scroll. So keep that in mind. That was a fun little tidbit that I learned from a friend. It's also going to help you build emotional regulation. so that you're able to process the day more. And anything that comes into you, it's going to help you regulate all of that. And so you, your children, etc., will be able to function better. It's going to encourage independence because you have to use your imagination. You have quiet time. You're not going to be distracted by all of the colors and the things and the games. And so independence and creativity is going to skyrocket. And then you're also going to potentially be inspired or learn how to problem solve. Because if you revert back to play and or reading or even napping, so glorious, your body is going to be able to rest, recharge, give your brain and your physical body the break from the go, 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 and just kind of be. And I love when we're in that state of being, because that is when our true creativity rises and we're giving it the opportunity to shine. And so this is just a gift you can give yourself every day to take a break from the hustle, the go, 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 and allow your brain to do what it does best. However, that will actually be determined. So let me know how it goes right on our Facebook group, ABCs of Home Organization Community. And let me know, like, what do you notice effects wise when you are doing quiet time after a week? How has life changed? How has your viewpoint changed, etc.? So a few ideas, we'll go by like age group of what you can do for ages and personality type during quiet time. And so for children, I love Legos. Legos and puzzles are so amazing because it's something quiet that they can do, and adults. I have a friend who does Legos all the time and puts them on shelves on his wall. Building forts, listening to audiobooks, coloring, listen to music, like a calming music or nature sounds, something that's going to calm them down. They can look through picture books or photo albums. Reading is awesome. There's that, what is that, a kinetic sand or like Play-Doh if they want to create. I absolutely love when little kids will pretend to read to their toys, their stuffed animal story time. So darling. And then painting, potentially, if they don't need supervision, you could do one of those like water painting where it's the mess-free water books and you just put water in it and then you can paint. That's an awesome activity. Like there's so many activities that you can do, even homework potentially. And this is all activities that engage your mind in a different way from overstimulation. And so if you're a teenager, give them a journal and have them start journaling their observations or a sketchbook, and they can draw. If you have a child that loves to read, encourage reading different books, fiction, fantasy novels, however detracts their fancy. And then if they want to be into meditation, I don't know if they're enjoying that, you can do origami, different crocheting, like practice calligraphy or hand lettering if they want to develop a habit. You can do piano playing, but put the headphones in so that no one else can hear it. Do puzzling or brain teasers if they want to extend their creativity and write poetry or write stories. And then another big one is just sit outside in silence. Allow them to ground themselves in nature. They don't have to be running around and playing a sport. They're just literally taking in everything around them when they sit outside. And potentially your teens can also do journaling, bullet journaling, or even goal setting if that's something that interests them, evaluating where they're at and what they want to do. Ideally, it's not so brain focused. This is a time just to reflect and be calm, but you can incorporate that if your teen is a type that does want that analyzation in their life. One of my nephews is creating, he's 8, these like graphic comics. And so he's drawing the pictures and then writing the words along with it. And that's what he chooses to spend his quiet time doing. And I think it's absolutely beautiful. And his brain is able to imagine and go further than what he's able to do if he's totally distracted by a TV or an iPad. Now, adults can do everything I just mentioned. Definitely acceptable. They can also nap. Love a good nap in the afternoon. It recharges me and gives me the best sleep ever. I never at night have as good of sleep as I do when I nap. So if you're able to nap and you're just do it and thank me later. You can meditate, you can pray, reading as well is great, doodling, sketching, however your brain needs to outlet everything that's in it. You can stretch or do yoga. Not an intense yoga session. I mean, you could work out technically, but just a light stretching. Do a breathwork session. Just sip a glass of tea while gazing out your window. I mean, how amazing to see the trees flowing with the breeze. It soothes your brain. You can even sit outside and watch it if the weather is lovely and not here in Houston where it's 95 degrees. And then if you embroidery or cross stitch, do that as well as knitting. And you could even potentially declutter a small drawer or shelf while you retain that meditative silence. Who's with me on that one? That is a winner, winner, chicken dinner right there. You don't have to, because that does incorporate the brain. You have to make decisions, keep, let go, etc., which is fine with these activities. It just depends on your goal of quiet time. Anything that gets you focused inward and calming yourself down and get your mind off of any of your to-do lists, your tasks, etc. That is our goal. We want to emphasize that you have no screens, so no TVs, no iPads, no phones, and you use this time to turn inward instead of outward. And so whatever activity causes you or anyone else that is around you to go inward, we highly recommend that you do that. And I love that I started using we. We're going to roll with that. So when do you want to do quiet time? I recommend every day, if possible, and it can start with 10 minutes, 20 minutes. You don't have to do a full hour, but you want designated time every day for quiet time that you give permission to turn it all off and just sit, right? And so pick a time where you can be consistent. I find that consistency leads to greater success of keeping it up. So whether that's after lunch, before dinner, possibly even in the early morning if you have to go to work. And so just pick the time that you're going to try it. And then you can set an alarm if you need a reminder. Kind of counterintuitive, but we all need alarms, especially if we're super, super busy. And then you can set a timer if you need. If it truly is stressing you out to do this, set the timer so that it gives you freedom to just let go of everything without worrying about the time. And you're able to just engage your mind wholeheartedly in whatever activity you are deciding to do. And you don't have to worry about the time or how much time you're doing this. Set the alarm, whatever time you have to be somewhere else. Give yourself plenty of time to get ready, but set the timer and or alarm and engage all of your senses in the activity that you choose to do. And it's just going to give you the freedom. And then I do recommend as an adult, if you have children, you want to model quiet time for them. So even if you're doing all different activities, one's reading, one's drawing, one's doing Legos, do it in the same room. They're going to see you doing quiet time and it's going to let them do quiet time. But if you're scrolling on your phone while they're in quiet time, it's not sending the right message to them. So just take this time for yourself as well. And I love this with my brother and sister-in-law. They progressed from nap time to quiet time. So even the older kids now, if the youngest, and he's phasing out of nap time, but everyone in the house still has quiet time during that hour or 2 hours. That is the typical nap time for the household, for the younger guys. And it works amazing. And the kids don't mind it. It's something that they've grown up with because they went from nap time to, okay, you don't have to sleep, but you have to have quiet time. And so just start it young when you're with your children. And as adults, just start it today. No time like today. So I would say for me personally, my quiet time is what I consider my morning routine. And I do it first thing in the morning, either before or after I've eaten breakfast. There's no set time. It truly depends on my schedule. But it's when I go up into my loft, and my loft is like my activity center. I have like an exercise mat up there. I have where I meditate and pray, and it's my spiritual area. And so for me, quiet time is done there, and typically either in meditation or prayers, and doing clearings and groundings and just focusing inward in myself. And sometimes I do, okay, what do I need today? I'm focusing internally on what I need or what needs to change. I might do reflections on behaviors of yesterday. It's just an enjoyment for me as far as my time of day where that is when I get to shut off everything. I don't have to worry about my phone. I don't have to worry about deadlines, contacting a client. That is 100% me time and however I want to do it. I could pull a tarot card. I could do drumming. I could do an energy session on myself. It's just whatever I choose or whatever I need that day. I'm allowing myself 20 minutes, sometimes an hour, to give it to me. And it is a game changer. I notice when I'm not doing it that I feel off sometimes. And so I do recommend incorporating quiet time whenever you need it, however you need it. You can base it on needs, but you have to be tuned into your body to know when that need comes up. Like, cannot ignore it until you are crashing and burning because you're so overloaded. So just realize that you don't have to earn this rest. You don't have to earn the quiet time. It is a need within you, not a reward. And so creating a quiet rhythm is going to bring more ease, balance, and emotional clarity to your busy life. So in conclusion, quiet time does not have to be extremely complicated. In fact, it should be one of the simplest things you ever do, but recognize that it is going to be so powerful. It's you reclaiming your peace in this noisy world that we live in. So just try it today. Just do 10 minutes and see if you notice the difference. And if you do, please let me know. So thank you so much for joining me. Remember that getting organized is not about perfection. It's about creating a space that empowers you and makes your life easier. To recap today's episode, we talked all about quiet time, what it is, how to do it, activities, and the effects of it. So remember, be kind to yourself during this organizing process. If you found today's episode helpful, please subscribe, share it with a friend, or leave a review. Also, join our Facebook group, ABCs of Home Organization Community. Post pictures, ask questions, or tell us how your journey is going. Also, be on the lookout for that YouTube video of my presentation. And I'll be back soon with more actionable tips to help transform your space and your life. Until next time, happy organizing.